There you have it, young love, full of promise, full of hope, ignorant of reality. From Henderson High on Valentine's Day, I'm Greg Gilkins, Channel 13.
You look out the window, ma'am, we're passing the famous Rodeo Drive. You ever shopped here?
I did once, actually. A big mistake. Big. Huge.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them. Julia Roberts carries us forward. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is adult phone entertainer Joe Vekeman.
Hi, Patrick. No, I can't.
I don't know if that's
stuff.
very entertaining, adultly. Joe, before we dive in...
You don't know what I'm here for. I'm your escape room voice.
Before we dive into our episode proper, I think we need to take a moment of silence for great NFL quarterback Tom Brady has officially announced his retirement yesterday.
If you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life, because I'm giving up mine.
After 22 years in the NFL, at the age of 44, he has said,
Wow.
I'm not fully in this anymore. Despite the fact he looked really good this year and was, a potential MVP candidate. He probably had a couple more years left in the tank. And you know why? His aggressive workout routine, using resistance bands instead of weights. And I want you to know, Joe, for the last month, I have switched to resistance bands. And having been using weights for a number of years, I am seeing much more improvement, much more quickly with these resistant bands, and a lot less strain is being put on my body in the process. So I'm still sore, but I'm not wearying my muscles.
I'm going to ask you right now to send me whatever resistance bands you bought, and so I can buy them.
Oh, I've got a whole set. I've got just sort of traditional bands, and use those for various exercises, but also these kind of handle bands that I attach to my door and able to do various exercises from there. Big fan. But Tom Brady, great quarterback, obviously, 7-time Super Bowl winner and 3-time MVP. So, said he won't be in the league, but we wish him the best in his post-career endeavors. All right, Joe, what movie are we doing this week?
We are doing the 2010 movie, Valentine's Day, directed by Gary Marshall. Frequent collaborator with Julia Roberts.
So they're continuing their Before trilogy, would you say?
This would be their Before Midnight, but they have Into Midnight coming up.
Okay.
They're deep into midnight.
I guess like Before Noon.
Sure.
They're running out of times of the day.
That's why Linklater's like, it's over, right? It's done, even though these characters will age.
On the one hand, I would like to see more of them in their later lives, but also that movie ended so well. Like, that'd be a fine wrap-up. I've got no beef with that.
And Criterion Collection's already made the trilogy, so you why mess with it?
I gotta pick that up. Next time when they do their super sale, I gotta grab those.
It's a good one.
I know. All right, well, what is the plot synopsis of this movie, Joe?
Oh, should we go through all of them? I have the whole
You have all of them?
I have all of them.
Yeah, might as well.
Should we do it one by one?
One by one.
Let me give you the overall one, and then we'll go through it, because this is fun. Intertwining couples and singles in Los Angeles break up and make up based on the pressures and expectations of Valentine's Day.
I want to quibble with that a little bit. Are there expectations for Valentine's Day? Is that a big thing, or is this just something media and sitcoms sell us?
Well, let me tell you, Ashton Kutcher's character is really expecting a lot to happen on Valentine's Day.
You really could have picked any day.
Yeah, well, he chose to be the most romantic man in the entire world.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Go on with the
Very
other,
funny.
with the random crap.
Okay. Well, before we dive into this whole plot thing, because this is crazy long, I want you to guess the box office after I tell you how much this was budgeted at. Are you ready?
Tell me the budget.
Budget is $52 million, which is, holy shit, that's low for what I was.
I'm very surprised that's the budget.
I mean, I know what the movie looks like, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of people in this.
How much did it make? $18 million.
Wow. You know they made more of these, right? Not
No,
more
I
Valentine's
didn't.
Day.
No, I had
But
no
they
idea.
made more. There's Mother's Days and there's New Year's Eves.
Oh, no, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The box office
so
on
then,
this one?
90 million.
Try $216 million.
God. Yeah,
you forget, Hollywood doesn't want to make anything that doesn't make over like a couple $100 million now.
No, I know. I just thought like this could be one of those movies that people didn't even realize was out.
No, this is Gary Marshall's Avengers, by the way.
Despite the fact that the movie looks like it was made in 1998. Like, what is he shooting on? Like old Ektachrome? My goodness.
They've made several of these movies now.
I did not know. I've never heard of these
Hollywood.
movies. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying like these like
Labor Day.
expansive, sprawling.
Yeah.
No.
No? Are you sure?
Have you not seen Labor Day?
No, just the pie scene in the trailer.
Oh, in the so you haven't witnessed like the full 13-minute pie making scene. That was Jason Reitman's blank check. Clearly, like he was just like, I'm gonna make some pies.
Who had the better pie scene, Labor Day or Ghost Story?
I mean, Ghost Story, of course. I don't need to see the pie being made. I want to see the pie being eaten and then thrown up.
All right, who wore it better, Valentine's Day or Pret-a-Porter?
Well, I hated Predator. That's my least favorite Alban movie I've ever seen. I know it has a small little cult fan base, and you're part of it.
I was into it.
Maybe this is better. Maybe I just have no
Ooh.
taste. But I liked this. I would take an ounce of this, and I'd be like, okay, this is enough. Just an ounce.
You would take one storyline.
Oh, and I'll tell you which one.
Which one?
It's the lady we've been following. I'm telling you, Julia Roberts and Bradley Cooper in this. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed their story.
100%, Joe. The best
Oh, thank you.
storyline in the
I'm
whole
glad
movie.
you agree. It's so true. And the payoff for both of them is so perfect.
So
I love-
fantastic. Each one
so good.
blew me away. And I was like, yes, genius. There's a lot of lazy storytelling in some of these. That one knocks it out of the park.
I was like, all right. They're really making me wait to see who Julia's going home to. Who's it going home to? Oh my God, it's the fucking kid.
I know.
Of course it's
I
the
know.
kid.
Yeah, neither one of their reveals I saw coming in any way, shape, or form. Totally awesome.
Especially the Bradley Cooper one. I was like, wow.
Awesome. I'm into it.
So good.
I'm into it. All right, yeah, let's go through some of these storylines for the listeners at home.
All right, so we got florist Reed Bennett. The names. Ashton Kutcher wakes up and proposes to his girlfriend, Morley Clarkson. I mean, when you have this many people in your movie, you're like, all right, pull them out of the Mad Libs bucket.
But I don't even know any of their names anyway. I'm just like, Julia Roberts. Ashton Kutcher.
exactly.
George Lopez.
They could have said anything.
Yeah.
They could have just said George Lopez, and I'm like, yeah, I figured they were going to call him that
Yeah,
anyways.
this is his post-Lopez career. Of course he's a florist.
Okay. However, Reed's closest friends, Alfonso Rodriguez, that's George Lopez, can you guess? And Julia Fitzpatrick aren't surprised when Morley suddenly changes her mind and leaves Reed a few hours later. Jesus. All right. That's one of them.
That's one.
On a flight to Los Angeles, Kate. Oh my God, this is Julia Roberts' name. Kate Hazeltine. Hazeltine? Or is it Hazeltine? Either way, what?
I'm into Hazeltine. Let's do that. More
Yeah.
Hazeltine, please.
Yeah, drink your Hazeltine. On a flight to Los Angeles, a captain in the U.S. Army, which is, yes, go Julia, be a captain in the U.S. Army. Wow.
Another good reveal because she's got the blanket on for a couple scenes.
Yeah.
And then it comes off and she's Captain Julie. Like, shit, awesome. Here we go.
I wish I could have seen her in some combat in this movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be something.
She'll be in Tomorrow Never Dies. No, what is it? Live, Die, Repeat, Part 2.
Oh, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to call it. They keep changing it.
There was like 3 names for that movie. The first one was apparently the one no one liked, but I liked because it was based off a manga called Everything is Kill. What a great
Yeah,
title.
that feels like a fine title. I guess that's hard to market family friendly.
It gets the point across.
It does.
It's not a family-friendly movie. There's a lot of dying in that movie.
Yeah, that's fine. That's normal now.
Okay, ready for Bradley Cooper's
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
I should have tested you and asked you if you knew their names.
I knew no names I know in this movie.
I was
Not
just
a
like
single
yeah.
name.
God damn it, there's so many dumb names. Befriends Holden Wilson.
That's not the worst. Yeah.
Kate is traveling a long distance to get back home only for a short time. Yeah, the time reveal of how it was just like she's there for one day and she's traveling all this time. Better be something good, and it was. It was actually fulfilling. And Holden states that she must be really in love to do so. When the plane lands and Kate has to wait hours for the taxi, Holden offers his limousine to allow her to be there on time. Well, that's pretty much their storyline wrapped up.
The end.
This was the crazy one, the Jennifer Garner one. The reveal of her being an elementary school teacher. Like, everybody just has these, like, oh, okay, and they're, like, related to this person. Like, Jennifer Garner always sees the little kid. Everybody's mixed together. No one's, like, kind of separated. Everyone's just kind of got, like, a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon going on.
Yeah, we got a little R-Town happening here.
She's fallen in love with the cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Harrison Copeland, and his wife, Pam. But she doesn't know about his wife, Pamela, that he's married to. Played by a woman I've never heard of. Have you seen this woman before?
Nope.
I've never seen her in anything.
Nope.
She's had recurring roles in Judging Amy, 2.5 Men, and Big Love.
Didn't you watch Big Love?
I did. I do not remember seeing her once. Wow.
What?
No shade, but her spouses. I'm sorry.
Spouses.
I'm going to tell you, she was married to Dennis Hopper.
Ooh, that's a good
for
start.
3 years in 89 to 92.
Oh my goodness.
You know who she married after Dennis Hopper? She's like, I need to get someone a completely different personality. Let's go after French Stewart.
Oh, I have seen this woman then. Yeah, she was on episode 6 of Third Rock from the Sun.
Why do you know what episode?
I like Third Rock from the Sun.
And then she's been currently married to this guy named Grant Allen Show.
Yeah, I've never heard of him, but I like the jump from Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. I had to stop. That's crazy. She was like, I can't take it anymore. And he's like, don't, I'm going to make Speed soon. She's like, no. This guy's going to be on Third Rock from the Sun. I'm going to go hang out with him.
Well, that's where she met him. Yeah, they have a plot line where he gets a dog. He discovers what dogs are, and then he gets a dog, and like that's how he woos her. And then apparently they kind of fell in love from there.
For a few years, and then she met the new guy.
Yeah, French Stewart might be tough to live with sometimes. Who would have thought? The Inspector Gadget 2 money was just not bringing enough.
He's a different kind of crazy energy than Dennis Hopper.
I'd cast him in something. I think he's actually good.
Yeah, I mean, I miss Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper was a legend.
I'd be more afraid to cast him.
Of course.
That's why
he's a legend.
I'd be a little more afraid. Go on. We have like a million of these to do.
Yes. Harrison tells her, the doctor, that he needs to go to San Francisco for a business trip, but he's a liar because he's not going.
No.
And then and then Ashton Kutcher comes up to her and he's like, don't go. Clearly I like you. And my fiance broke up with me the day I asked her to marry her.
Yeah, it's not a good look on him, though. I would be suspicious.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone told you that you're being cheated on, wouldn't you also be a little suspicious of the guy that's probably cheating on you?
Yeah, especially since I've known him for like 2 weeks. He hasn't ingrained
and then
himself
you're
into my
flying
life.
Out. I know it's still in California, but you're still making an airplane trip.
It was much easier back then.
No, it wasn't. It was 2010. You have to go through a lot of checks.
I forgot, based on the film stock this movie was shot on. You get confused.
Yeah, based on how you can easily go through an airport.
Oh, yes,
I mean, they do the shoes thing, but, like, still.
I don't know why he took his socks off. That felt a little much. Didn't have to do that.
Julia flies to San Francisco, convinced that Reed was wrong. Julia finds out that he's married and finds him at a local restaurant, dressed as a waitress. That's a good scene.
Yeah.
When she's just, like, tearing him apart
kind
in front
of
his wife. Julia makes a scene at the restaurant, making Pamela suspicious. All right. One of Julia's students, Edison. Wait, so his name is Edison
Medicine.
Hazeltine. Edison Medicine?
Edison Hazeltine, yep.
He's clearly, from everything he's saying, he's in love with one of the students that he in his classroom. But no, he's definitely hot for teacher.
Oh, yes.
And that was awkward when that whole thing happened. Give flowers to a girl named Ronnie. So he's just lying through his teeth. This fucking 8-year-old. Wow. Because Julia Roberts hasn't been around, she hasn't been able to tell him that lying is bad.
Well, that's why he has mommy issues. He's got this Oedipus complex because she's nowhere to be found.
Holy shit. You're really breaking this movie down for me. Edison's babysitter, Grace Smart. Grace Smart.
She's related to Maxwell Smart, Steve Carell's character. Get Smart, obviously.
And then Anne Hathaway comes up soon, yeah. Is planning to lose her virginity to her boyfriend, Alex Franklin, to a guy I've never seen before, and he has the weirdest looking face, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Carter Jenkins.
Who is Carter? Oh, that's the actor's name?
Yeah.
We're getting so many bland male names, I just thought that was another character.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking a quick look. Looks like his first movie was the Richard Linklater remake of Bad News Bears.
Oh, well, that's a good
Everyone
place
remembers
to start.
that one. He's been on such shows as Lost.
I've seen that.
He's on one episode. He's on one episode of Scrubs. He's playing young characters of probably
Zach Braff.
main characters. Who's Todd Quinlan? Is that a guy? Do you know who that is?
The Todd. Yeah. He's a minor character, actually. Well, not minor, but
he's
mini major.
On the Bernie Mac show.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He's on CSI Miami. He's on
so
House.
Is everybody.
He was on Mad Men. He was on a show that I know you watched called The Following, because you're crazy.
Watch it. I did. I kind of liked it.
I know you did.
It's like a guilty pleasure.
Truly. I suffered through one season of that show, and I'm like, how many times are they going to stab specifically Kevin Bacon in the back?
Well, the first season was actually the worst one. It does improve from there.
I find that.
Not to become a good show, but a more entertaining one, I will say.
Okay. Yeah, and so then the really weird thing of her mom comes in. She's just home all of a sudden, and he's like practicing guitar naked in her room.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird.
Very awkward moment.
And then she's just like, cover up your hoo-hoo.
Yeah, it's a Valentine's Day story as old as time.
And then Edison's grandparents, Edgar, Hector Elizondo, and Estelle Paddington. Are we serious here? Shirley MacLaine's character is named Estelle Paddington?
Yeah, reunited with Julia at long last.
Yes. And I just watched her Oscar-winning performance in Terms of Endearment. A fantastic movie.
Great movie.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, are facing the troubles of a long marriage. Estelle admits to Edgar about an affair she had with one of his business partners long ago, which comes so late into the movie.
We have to do 13 other things, Joe. There's not time.
I know. But this is, out of a 2-hour movie, this is like maybe, an hour and a half into the movie, and then they go to the graveyard. And
then they resolve it pretty quick. But, it's the old people storyline. Nobody cares. They're not 18 to 49.
Yes. Although she is deeply sorry, Edgar is very upset.
Very upset.
Then they resolve later. Grace's high school friends, Willie Harrington. Willie Harrington, that's Taylor Lautner, and Felicia Miller, that's Taylor Swift, are experiencing the freshness of new love, and they have agreed to wait.
Not such great names have we heard since Southland Tales, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to say...
Yeah.
The Taylors are my second favorites.
Okay.
They're like they're doing slapstick in this movie, and it's working for me.
Well, let me tell you. One, Taylor Swift looks way older than all of her high school friends.
That's so funny because she was 20 years old.
I know. She doesn't look like she's in high school, and then she's next to whatever her name was, Grace Smart, and she just looks like a generation older, and I'm like, what do we do?
That's so funny. They're the same age.
Yeah, not great casting. And you know what also wasn't great casting? 'Cause she's a terrible actress.
Well, I mean,
some of the most abysmal acting I've ever seen in our series, Rock included.
I'm not going to disagree with you. And
I'm thinking, did they just do this for the obligatory Taylor Swift songs during the credit? Was that the goal here?
It wasn't even the credits. It was playing over her segment.
Jesus. 1 million needle drops in this movie. 1 million. The only way to get us from segment to segment.
It's a Gary Marshall movie. Where we're heading.
But it's, all right, go on.
But no, like it was Taylor Lautner doing the slapstick.
Yeah, it's not even a storyline. It's just like, hey, we're cutting back to do a silly thing. All right, and now we're gone.
And that's why I'm saying it worked for me. If this movie was a half-hour short with just the Julia Roberts and Bradley Cooper part, and then you sprinkled it in with those two, and I'm like, you know what? Not bad. It's kind of fine. Yeah, and then Sean Jackson, a closeted gay professional football player. Did you see that coming?
No, I did not.
They didn't really hint at it.
I don't care about that much. I'm okay with it.
Neither do I, but it's just like...
What was weird was George Lopez and him meeting up, and then from there he's like, oh, I gotta tell the world I'm gay. That's where I go, what? That was your takeaway from that?
Maybe George Lopez has the key to unlocking closets.
He did. Yep.
I don't know.
He was like the fairy godmother in this movie in a couple storylines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, oh no, did they make him a magical character?
He's magical.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's a tooth fairy.
He's a tooth fairy.
Go on.
And then, this whole story, the payoff with Bradley Cooper later on is great, but the whole storyline with his publicist Jessica Biel, and I'm just like, all right. Exercise this from the whole movie. This is terrible.
But we've come a long way since the Pelican Brief.
Jennifer Biel?
Jessica Biel. No. Jessica Biel was allowed to fall in love with Jamie Foxx.
Jesus Christ.
Good work, Hollywood.
It was like a medium walk to get there. Like, what are you talking about? Because we did deal with it already. Soderbergh already took care of that full frontal,
Yeah.
So her name, Jessica Biel's name is Cara Monahan. Sure,
that's not
fine,
so bad. Not
boring.
so bad.
And her agent, Queen Latifah, is played. Her name is Paula Thomas. Paula Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, go on.
Cara is organizing her annual I Hate Valentine's Day party, but soon becomes interested in sports reporter Kelvin Moore. Jamie Foxx is Kelvin Moore.
Kelvin Moore.
He does not come off as a Kelvin Moore. He comes off as a fucking Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx should just start playing Jamie Foxx. You can change how you spell it.
He did get to play George Jefferson when they did those live remakes.
Holy shit.
He was pretty good.
Play? Yeah. He's a good actor.
It's hard to match Sherman Hemsley, and he was probably playing Sherman Hemsley playing George Jefferson, but it was good enough for, 2020, whenever it came out.
Holy shit, they did that in the pandemic?
Maybe it was right before 2019. Yeah, it was right as I moved here. They did an episode of that, and they did an episode of All in the Family where Woody Harrelson
and Marissa Tomei. Incredible.
I know.
That's incredible.
And I think Ellie Kemper was the Sally Struthers character, and Ike Barinholtz was Rob Reiner.
Yeah, but I need to ask.
Yeah.
What is fucking Hollywood's problem casting Marissa Tomei as the oldest woman in the entire world? She's been Aunt May for almost a decade now.
All right, Joe, we've got more storylines to do.
Of course we do. Substituting for Paula's... I forgot.
Yeah.
One of my MVPs here.
Yeah.
Susan Morales. Kathy Bates.
For 5 seconds, yep.
I loved seeing Kathy Bates in this, though. That was great. That was like a little mint underneath my pillow. Yeah. I was like, thank you. So yeah, who was ordered to do a Valentine's Day report by his boss, and who shares Cara's hatred of the holiday. Yeah, Kelvin Moore hates Valentine's Day.
He does.
He thinks it's stupid.
For fun, yeah.
Substituting for Paula's absent secretary is one of the firm's receptionist, Liz Curran, Anne Hathaway. Boring name. Oh, now we're getting to boring names, really, right at the end.
They ran out of creativity.
But they did not run out of creativity with this casting. Topher Grace playing a 26-year-old in 2010. Does that make sense to you?
Nope. Especially since in 1990 he was playing an 18-year-old. Not 1998.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm just like, he's been really young for a long time now.
Yeah.
He was around like 30-ish.
Yeah, go on, Joe. What happens with those two?
He looks incredible, by the way. Just because he's got
he is showing off. He is showing off that bod.
And Liz Curran, who dates mailroom clerk Jason Morris. Jason is shocked when Liz turns out to be moonlighting as a phone sex operator. Liz explains that she is only doing this because she has a $100,000 student loan to pay off. And she's a receptionist? I'm just saying, $100,000 and you're a receptionist? And you still have to do other jobs?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it was clearly a great degree she went after.
Jason was upset, but eventually reconciles with her after seeing Edgar forgive Estelle at the graveyard watching some random movie she was in. Sean finally comes out on national television. Holden, Sean's lover, goes back to him. That's Bradley Cooper. That was the Bradley Cooper part. Kate arrives home late at night to greet her. Yeah, we've already gone over all this.
Yeah.
So, the ending was fine because it was Bradley Cooper and Julia Roberts. You get to see their stories fulfilled, and that was a nice payoff.
So Topher Grace's character has a problem with the phone sex because he claims he's from Muncie, Indiana. Do you know who else was from Muncie, Indiana, Joe?
Tell me.
Woody Harrelson's character in Cheers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I wonder if Gary Marshall was like calling back to it.
Absolutely. There's no way anyone else is talking about Muncie, Indiana for...
So we know what our favorites are. What do you think was the most believable couple? And what do you think was the least believable couple?
The most believable couple was definitely the Taylors. I'm sorry. I could definitely... Yeah.
They weren't even the most
why?
believable characters.
No, I'm telling you, they're the most believable because clearly this is either when they started dating each other or they were already dating, and that's why they were told to go into the movie together.
Oh, I didn't know they ever dated.
Yeah, they dated for some time.
And then she wrote a song about how badly the breakup went?
You don't want to joke about that. you don't want to mess with her. There's a wrath you don't want.
Oh, yeah, great.
I mean, for real, I think they were the ones that made the most sense.
All right, what's the least believable?
Least believable is definitely Ashton Kutcher and Jessica Alba. I can see why it did not work out.
Oh, they were dating too?
No.
Oh, at the end of the movie.
I can see the beginning of the movie, basically, where she's like, I'm done. This is weird. You already asked me to marry you? And I'm like,
I see. For me, it was Ashton Kutcher and Jennifer Garner.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense either.
It was just crowbarred in there. And also, if you remember, when the moment she realizes that she actually loves Ashton Kutcher is the second worst piece of acting in this movie, aside from Taylor Swift. It is the reason you can point to and be like, this is why you have to do credit card commercials.
You talking to Ashton Kutcher?
No, I'm talking about Jennifer Garner's stupid face as she realizes that she loves Ashton Kutcher in that Indian restaurant. What a beat change that was. Oh my, inspired acting, Jennifer Garner.
You know, Jennifer Garner, I never got it. I'm sorry.
Nope.
My mom loves her.
Odd.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
The most believable for me was Jennifer Garner and the little boy.
You gotta be kidding me.
I kind of bought it. I was like, this is probably how that would go.
Her fucking... I'm looking at her movies right now.
Jennifer Garner's? Had Electra come out yet?
No. No, wait, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
that's gone past. Yeah, she's just had a rough career.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna see her again.
Oh no.
This season we'll see her again.
Is Julia Roberts in Butter? Is that why?
How do you know about Butter?
I watched Butter.
You've seen Butter?
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a while.
Wow. What made you watch it? Who was it?
I actually have no idea why. Just one day I said, Netflix has suggested this to me a while. Let's see what's going on here.
The film, let me just give the audience, if they don't know what Butter is. The film is about an Iowa State Fair butter sculpture contest and the competitors and onlookers who attend said contest. It premiered at the 2011 Telluride Film Festival.
An odd place for it to premiere,
Shit.
I won't lie.
It was a box office bomb, grossing $175,000 of its $10 million
Oh, they couldn't
budget.
write all of that Telluride press? Huh? Interesting.
Wow. That is a bomb. My God. Has this director ever done anything? Butter. I can't believe you've seen fucking Butter. My aunt made my grandma watch Butter. I was just like, what are you doing? Oh, he's directed commercials like the Heinz ketchup commercials, Smirnoff, and Burger King.
Well, Michael Bay got started in commercials too, so.
So did David Fincher.
Yeah, there you
go. But I'm not putting him at the level of those two.
Let's talk about some interesting couplings in this movie. Because there's obviously the romantic couples, but let's talk about some other ones.
Oh, here we go.
We've got both Face from the A-Team and the random woman from the A-Team in Bradley Cooper and Jessica Biel. We have two late 90s, early 2000s sitcom stars in George Lopez and Topher Grace.
Yep.
We've got a man who won an Oscar for being a blind guy and a woman who won an Oscar for being a not ugly lady. We've got the mother from Waterboy and the mother from Men, Women, Children. And we've got a couple of singers in Queen Latifah and Taylor Swift.
Queen Latifah. Mm-hmm. She's on one in this. She's like having some fun.
Queen Latifah's doing great in this.
In her like 3 scenes.
Anne Hathaway killing it.
Oh my God.
Killing it.
Anne Hathaway.
Just she took these little moments, like I was buying it. You know who the third worst piece of acting in this movie? Topher Grace.
Oh, come on.
Not in the movie, not wanting to be in the movie, sleepwalking through the movie. I have rarely seen such minimal effort put into a not a big part, but a role in a movie such as this. Maybe he's still upset that they didn't make Spider-Man 4. I don't know.
He wouldn't be in it. His character dies at the end of 3.
Really? I thought the whole thing was Venom, they were setting up Venom to be in Spider-Man 4.
No, he definitely dies at the end of 3.
I thought it ended in a cliffhanger. Spider-Man's battling all 3 of them.
Was the last time you saw this movie in 2007, or have you not seen it?
I never saw the movie.
That's too funny. So you weren't part of like the $140 million gross or whatever?
No, I saw the first 2 and just never got. I don't know why. I never got around to the third one, but I didn't do it.
It's fine. It's nothing compared to the first 2, obviously, because the first 2 are amazing and probably the best of their genre.
There is a nice conversation between Anne Hathaway and Topher Grace where they discuss E.E. Cummings, my favorite poet. Always a big fan when they get an E.E. Cummings sighting in a movie, which is never. But I'll take it when they come.
Maybe you're watching the wrong movies. I feel like I've heard a couple.
All right. Well, great. I got to find those then.
Yeah. I don't know where they were, but yeah.
Was being in the florist office for so long, Valentine's Day seems like a terrible day to buy flowers.
Yeah, what a dumb fucking day. Also, they always overcharge you for the flowers. They should have been bringing up that, like, oh, hey, we're really sticking it to these guys who want to buy flowers.
So Dummies. Is this now like the 4th movie Julia Roberts has been in with Topher Grace, and yet they have never appeared in a scene together?
I was going to bring it up. I was going to bring that up next.
Oh, no, they did in Mona Lisa Smiles, because they're at the dance, and he's like, well, she's got to make dinner. And Julia Roberts is like, fuck
holy
you, dude.
Shit. I forgot he was in Mona Lisa. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Oceans movies.
No, there were 2 of those, and then it was Mona Lisa, but I forgot they did meet up there.
I forgot. I'm trying to see if Roger was talking about this movie at all. I'd love to hear what Roger had to say.
I bet he kind of liked it.
You think he's got a thing for Gary Marshall?
I just think he was like, well, it's not great, but it's still fun. It's a nice little movie.
Time magazine named it one of the top 10 worst chick flicks. Excuse me, Time. You're canceled. But you can't say chick flicks. That is a slang term. Yeah, no good. I don't like it.
This movie for me is charmingly forgettable. Like, I would not call it a bad movie.
That is precisely what I would call it. Charmingly forgettable.
Charmingly forgettable. Not terrible, just like, throwaway.
Come on, Raj. Tell me you said something about it. I got nothing.
We always talk about Julia Roberts' hair, but you know whose hair's having a great time in this movie? Jessica Biel's.
Long, beautiful hair, shining, gleaming, steaming, flaxen, waxen. Give me down to there, shoulder length or longer. Here, baby, there, mama, everywhere, daddy, hair.
Oh, yeah?
Jessica Biel's hair, fantastic. Her outfit, awesome. Great wardrobe, great hair. Good for you, Jessica Biel.
This movie, I'm going to give you... Wow.
Yeah?
Some of the accolades this movie has.
Oh, okay. Give me the goods.
The Alliance of Women Film Journalists. Category, Hall of Shame.
Everybody's hating on this movie, my goodness.
Gary Marshall was the recipient. He was nominated. Didn't win.
Okay, well, phew.
No, just nominated. ASCAPA Film and Television Music Awards. What is that?
ASCAP.
Top Box Office Films category. John Debney won. All right. This is crazy. I'm going to skip down to something that makes sense. Golden Raspberry Awards. Oh, the shittiest awards in the world. We got Worst Actor. We have both Ashton Kutcher and Taylor Lautner nominated. Ashton Kutcher won.
Are you skipping over Jennifer Garner and Taylor Swift? What movie were you watching?
Hold on.
Okay.
Worst Supporting Actor, George Lopez, nominated.
Nah, he was
Worst
fine.
Supporting Actress,
Yes.
Jessica Alba, won.
Jessica Alba was in there for like 5 seconds. What's there to hate?
MTV Movie Awards, Best Kissed. Get this.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner nominated. This was People's Choice Awards, Favorite Comedy Movie nominated. It didn't win. The Teen Choice Awards, it won for a romantic comedy, and it won. Ashton Kutcher won a Teen Choice Award for romantic comedy actor.
Teens and Razzies getting into a head-on-head collision.
I'm going to tell you the other actors nominated. Scene Stealer was Anne Hathaway.
Yep,
She was
agreed.
nominated. George Lopez was also nominated for Scene Stealer Male.
That's a little much.
Jessica Biel was
No.
nominated for Choice Movie Hissy Fit. A Hissy Fit.
Man.
Wow.
Why is that a category?
Lip Lock and Chemistry nominated were Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner. Oh. And then Breakout Female Teen Choice Award winner, Taylor Swift.
That's just favoritism. They're just like, we like her music.
It's the Teen Choice Awards. It doesn't matter.
It matters to my soul, Joe. It's not right.
Those are all the accolades that it got. Yeah. Critics hated it.
Though, despite their vitriol, the movie does pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah, sure. Somehow. I can't believe it. That is kind of amazing.
Yeah. Oddly, for a movie only about love, and for the most part, heterosexual love, yes, indeed. As
Yep.
Jessica Biel and Jennifer Garner are talking about their dinner, no men come up, just their hatred of Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Well done.
Very nice, Gary.
And there's also Queen Latifah yelling at Anne Hathaway to do her. I guess they talk about the client. Does that count?
If they don't mention a pronoun.
Yeah, they might. Okay, well, they got the one anyway, so that's fine. And let's also talk about how you know this movie's old. Do you know how this movie's old, Joe?
Tell me. I need to know.
People are still on Facebook and trying to connect that way.
I mean, people are still trying to
The
connect
oldest
that way.
quarterback in the league is 35. We just talked about Tom Brady being
44.
and at 43 winning a Super Bowl. People are using Blackberries.
Yep.
Mike and Mike in the Morning is still on ESPN. The traditional St. Valentine's Day story was believed and being taught in classrooms. And there were no gay football players yet.
Yeah, this must have been a big deal.
Openly gay, I should say. And it was averaged to have only $100,000 in student debt. I've got a little tangent I want to go on before we go to Last Looks, Joe, because I came across this news story last week. All right, so I've been ranting about this for a while, and it looks like CNN Business is finally agreeing with me. The sky is falling for Netflix is the headline.
Don't look up.
Just like the comedy film Don't Look Up, the article opens, the sky may be falling for Netflix. 2 weeks ago, Netflix's stock tumbled 41%, from $700 to $400 a share. While they do have 221.8 million subscribers, much more than everybody else, the problem is they are running out of people to subscribe. Disney Plus is the closest competitor at half that amount, but they grew 60% in a year, the year from 2020 to 2021, where Netflix only grew 9% because, they've got everybody. But they're still putting out content, and the only way to kind of get ahead of their tumbling stock prices are to raise subscription prices. Problem is, though, the more you do that, the more customers you're gonna lose. And now you're in a race to the bottom. So what they're trying to do now is...
Make better content?
Nope, because that's not going to help bring new people. You're out of people to bring. They're coming for the bad content, so it doesn't matter. So they're trying to go into other industries like gaming. I'm not sure how they're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a great deal of competition now from other people. So what they're going to be doing is trying to target other markets that have been untapped, such as India and other parts of East Asia. Mm-hmm. So, fuck them. That's what I say. The article ends with the intensity of competition is going to pick up in 2022. Sports are being rolled out on streaming. Lord of the Rings is coming to Amazon. Discovery and HBO are merging. Don't know if that's a huge deal.
No.
Disney's back-end content slate is coming because a lot of their stuff on other sources are finally having their contracts up. 2022 is going to be a tough year for Netflix. Good.
Yeah, Netflix can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
I swear to God, maybe 3 times a year they put out a movie that I'm like, oh, you know what? I will check that out.
Yes, I know.
Do you know how many movies they put out a year? And I'm saying that 3 times?
Yeah.
That's bad.
I know.
If I said that to a Fox, I know it's not Fox anymore, but like 20th Century Studios now.
Yeah.
If when they were a thing, or A24. There's only 3 A24. You know how many fucking movies A24 movies? God damn it.
Every binge buzzworthy show Netflix puts out, I have been utterly uninterested in. I watch an episode or 2 and I go, and I walk away and I have to deal with people talking about it for 2 weeks and then it's like it never existed.
Exactly. Did you watch Squid Game though?
Watched, like I said, 1 or 2 episodes and I went, and then I walked away.
I wanted to watch it, but it was like it was late at night, and I fell asleep in the first episode. But everyone talked about it for like 3 weeks, and then it was gone.
The only reason I still have it is purely for the discs.
Oh, Netflix! I thought you were talking about Squid Game. I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, the discs. Yeah, definitely. One addendum to that: there are a couple of Netflix movies on there that are made by Netflix that if they do not put them on discs from Criterion or whatever, I will be pretty upset. Like the Coen Brothers movie that I liked a lot. Yeah. That's not on a disc yet. I want that one out. Mm-hmm. The Charlie Kaufman movie.
That's true. Yep.
I want that one on a disc before they go out of business and that can never be seen again. Maybe the Jane Campion movie. I like that one a lot.
They'll definitely sell off those properties to help deal with the bankruptcy trouble.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And then they go to real places that I enjoy being on.
All right, last looks, Joe.
Way to go with that Julia and Bradley Cooper reveal. I'm so glad that they weren't the ones falling in love. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that they had such great payoffs to their stories. And it was they were sprinkled in there. They had far less screen time than the Ashton Kutchers and stuff like that.
So why you can kind of get all these big stars and still have your budget be that small is you're asking everybody to come to set for like 4 days.
Exactly.
Or less. Everybody can agree to do it and then be fine taking a big pay cut because it's not that much effort out of their daily lives and they're off making real movies too. Just on a writing level, even though a lot of these storylines aren't great or necessarily well written, I can appreciate just how interlocked and connected everything ended up being. That feels like so hard to do as you're coming up with all these little storylines to do. Just on that level, I'm kind of impressed of that structural approach to it. And then it all happens in a day. There's probably a way to write this movie well, but it would be really hard to do and still have everything connect as well as it did. Or intersect, I should say, as well as it did. As for Julia, great performance. I bet it was a really fun role for her. She really is natural in the screen time she does have. I wish she could be in a scene with Topher Grace and you could see how effortless she is and how, I guess he's effortless too, but like just because he doesn't care.
I think we said for the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind episode, right? That was that movie. Mm-hmm. She was there 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And she shot all of her stuff, and that was a much bigger role. Do you think she shot this in like 12 hours? She's on a plane.
Yeah.
And there's an airport scene, and then there's a bedroom scene with her son. A total of maybe 8 minutes altogether.
Yeah, I bet you do the plane and the bedroom on the same day. That could be done in a set, and then you have the 1 day of location filming. And I bet both of those days for her could be 6-hour days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy how much Julia Roberts appears in movies briefly.
Yeah.
She's willing to take these smaller bits because she can fit them into her schedule. Like even Full Frontal. Oh, yeah, she's in a few ensemble pieces, isn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
She is in The Player.
Fred Porter, The Player, that Woody Allen movie. She's doing a lot of these types of movies. All right, well, I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer that once again I forgot to mention, and now he's yelling at me. I got to also bring up the sponsor. Our sponsor this week is Valentine's Day. That's right, Gal Gadot has made her own day just so we can celebrate her and the movies that she make. Valentine's Day. Thanks to Lev Van Rensselaer, the audio maven that Ria Craven. And of course, I would like to thank Joe Vekeman for stopping by this week.
You're welcome.
And I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com. And now all of our audio-related material on our sister YouTube station, Quixotic Harmonics. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
Mine's a Georgia. Oh, I never laid a hand on you, mine.
So, Mr. Giramini has just now, 2 minutes ago, informed me of, what was it called? Home Team. Are you familiar with this? I think it's a movie, maybe. It says, he says it's got Sandler's wife and Rob Schneider in it. The Dream Team.
Sounds like a bonus episode.
And it's made by Happy Madison, which is probably the only way it could get made.
Can you imagine in 2022, any fucking studio that would be like, oh yeah, with Jackie Sandler and Rob Schneider, $30 million.
Okay, Home Team is that movie where Kevin James is unrecognizable as Sean Payton. I guess Rob Schneider and Jackie Sandler are both in here.
Oh, so somehow they were on set already, and they were just like, hey, can we squeeze you in for a couple of scenes to get you some renew your SAG cards or something?
And one-time Adam Sandler movie star Taylor Lautner also in there. Here's the producers. Adam Sandler, Alan Covert, Kevin James, Jeff Sussman.
It's so funny you say Taylor Lautner's name now.
I know, we're going to see him soon.
In this
very movie.
We did see him soon. You know, we saw a couple of Taylors. We got to talk about the Taylors.
I think I'm gonna watch this movie for next week's podcast.
Home Team?
The Sean Payton movie. I'll see if I can spot Kevin James in there. I don't know, but I'm hoping. I find it amusing that this Sean Payton movie's been on my radar for so long, and yet I never knew the name of it until just this very moment. So your boy's quite the escape artist, is he?
Wait, what? Who's my boy?
Your actual son.
Oh! Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I have the video. I could send you the video if you'd like to see how clever he is. It started like a week and a half or two ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. He has a pack and play, which is like a mini crib for like the downstairs.
Yeah.
And we put him in there when we have to like go upstairs for a little bit, and we can just like know that he's safe in there. Yeah, well, he was able to escape that when Tanya was brushing her teeth or something, and she heard him come out, and she's like, oh, look at you. And then she put him down for bed, and he, I guess, woke up like maybe a half hour later and was like, I'm not sleeping tonight, guys. I'm up with you guys for the whole night. And then at like midnight, we're like, okay, we're really tired, Julian. Can you go to bed? And he's just like, 4 a.m., baby. And so, yeah, he didn't go to bed till 4 a.m.
Well,
what a lovely little son.
I'm going to go back to my cellophane suggestion. Just wrap that plaything. Or, if you really wanted to send a message, prison bars. Yeah, you got to put some over the top. Give him like a little tin cup to like bang across the bars and like a harmonica. And like he'll really get the experience.
Definitely going to go through all that trouble.
All right, fine. Jeez, I'm just trying to help you be a good parent. Sorry.
Can I give you the tagline for this movie? Are we recording yet?
We are recording.
All right, the tagline from this movie. From the director of Pretty Woman comes a day in the life of love.
From the director of a movie 17 years ago.
No, this movie is a full 20 years ago at this point.
Wait, what year did this movie come out?
2010.
And Pretty Woman's 1990?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an old fucking movie.
Holy jeez, we've come a long way.
We've truly, like, this is rough. Let's just jump into it.
Okay,
Give me the, let's start me up.